Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Let's see who's our first to jump on. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've had coffee together. Actually, I'm getting ready to go make my second round. Oh my goodness, the dogs are on cloud nine this morning. You wouldn't know that it is a Monday morning. They're like ready and raring to go. Hi, Leah. Good morning. Good to see you. So go ahead and let's jump on here. Tell me where you're watching from this morning and what you have in your cup this morning. Mine's empty. I've got to do a refill. Good morning from Maine. Good morning, Maine. I love it. I see a few of you from Maine. That's awesome. I see a little bit of Florida in the house. Hi, Zach Hayes. How are you? Stephanie, good morning. I left the door open and the dogs have been running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. All right, I see y'all jumping on here. Hi, Carrie. Good morning. Hi, Susie. How are you, friend? I see California in the house. Ooh, it's early over there for you. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday, everybody. Green juice. Yes, I did my celery first this morning too, Carrie. Did that one first, and then I had my skinny brew, and I'll have my oat milk latte here in a few minutes once we're done with our coffee chat. But I don't know about you guys, but one of the things I look forward to most about this time together is just the boost that it gives, right? Like it's the right amount of encouragement, enthusiasm. It inspires me for my day. It gives me proper perspective on of just what I got going on today. I will tell you, it's been a rough Monday morning, and it's funny because when I was a school teacher, I would call it the Monday morning blahs because you're going back to school, right? And yet I know a lot of teachers today are thankful they're going back to school. And so we'll pray our kids get to stay in school as long as possible and everybody stays healthy for sure. But, I woke up this morning just kind of going, blah. I don't know if you've ever felt that way. And yet I thought to myself, how am I going to get on Facebook and, encourage and give everyone a boost this morning, other than our coffee, right? The caffeine in our coffee. How am I going to help others get the boost that they need this morning when I just don't feel like I have any sort of boost to pass on? I don't know if you've ever felt like that or not, but that's kind of where my head was at this morning. And very, very quickly, I was reminded of a couple principles that I live by personally in my own life. And, maybe you're feeling that way this morning, just kind of like, how can I go pour from an empty cup this morning? Maybe that's how you're feeling. Maybe you're like, if I'm not feeling very happy or positive, how can I go encourage other people to feel happy, to feel positive, right? Good morning, Mira. How are you? I love dinner on Friday night. If that is your feeling, I want to give you a couple thoughts to ponder and a few activities that help me. So as I feel that way, immediately I start thinking about who can I encourage? Who can I encourage today? Because what I found is, as I encourage others, I'm just automatically encouraged. Have you ever been on a mission trip where you go to another country or, maybe the inner city, or you go to serve somewhere and you come back feeling like, if I was the one that went there to serve, how come I feel so filled? Well, that's because when we're focused on others and we're giving to others, it is a filling for us, because we were made to serve, we were made to love, we were made to give. And too often we're sitting around waiting to feel that way before we go do it, or we're waiting for others to do that for us. How many times, I know this, how many times have you been in line, like a drive-through, and the person ahead of you pays for your coffee? Well, what do you do naturally? You want to pay for the person's coffee behind you, right? It's contagious. And so what I feel like is when I'm in a funk, often if I get out and do something for somebody else, all of a sudden I notice that I have a spurt of energy. I have the feel good vibes, So I'm going in two directions with this. I read a book by Lisa TerKeurst. Gosh, I want to say 5-6 years ago. It's called The Best Yes. And in that book, it was teaching you how to hear the still small voice of God, the prompting of God in your life. Don't know if you've ever heard God or thought you've heard God. It's funny. It's like a voice you hear in your soul. Great example. The other day I woke up in the morning and I felt like the Lord prompted me to go to somebody's Facebook page. Somebody I went to college with that I thought, okay, wonder what they're up to. And yet when I got there, I saw exactly why God had me go to that page. So that still small voice, that prompting, when you listen to it, even if it feels super small and super fleeting, guess what? All of a sudden you start hearing more promptings. And what feels like, I don't know if that's what he was doing, is talking to me, all of a sudden you get more confident in his voice, you get confident in those promptings, and the promptings become more often, they become greater. And what I find is when I'm obedient in those simple yeses, then all of a sudden I get way more, I'm given way more to steward. Isn't that interesting? So here it is, Monday morning. I don't know how you're feeling this morning, but I know this. I'm not feeling great this morning. And I wonder how many people out there aren't feeling great. If anybody came to your mind this weekend, or even this morning, they came to your mind, you were wondering how they doing, or you were thinking good thoughts about them, did you actually text them, call them, send them a message, let them know they're being thought of, or, encourage them with whatever thought you had in your mind about that person? If not, I want you to do that now. That is that still small voice. I had multiple things like that through the weekend. I just pick up my phone and send a text, or I pick up my phone and go comment on their wall. Sometimes it required picking up the phone and checking in on them. Sometimes it was like, for whatever reason, a prompting to write a handwritten card. So that's what I want you to do this morning. Hi, Paul Wolfram. Good morning. I want you to send that message, that positive thought you had about somebody. Tell them. Don't assume they know. That act of kindness that you felt prompted to do. I want you to do that this morning. It is in those small, obedient yeses that propel you into. I can't even explain it to you, but it's in that small, obedient act that you are going to walk further. You're going to walk more into the calling in which you've been called. You're going to be given and equipped with more than you could have asked or imagined. Maybe you're waiting on God to do something in your life. And I find it's in those small, obedient steps, actions, that open the door wide to further favor and provision in my own life. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense to you right now, but this is how I have seen God just fling open the doors of favor. And I'm telling you, even when I don't feel like it, or even when I was like, gosh, like if you're sitting here going, I wish somebody would send me a message, you're missing the message. Because if you're sitting here going, I need that this morning, then go give it to somebody else, and I promise you'll get it back tenfold. I promise. It's a matter of stewardship. That's what it is. It's stewarding the thoughts, it's stewarding the resources that you have. You guys, it doesn't take much to send that message. It doesn't take much to do the action. It just takes the minute to do it. That's what it takes. And a lot of times it helps us just take the perspective off of us and it puts it on others. And that in and of itself is so freeing and it's so rewarding. So how can you make a positive impact in somebody's life this morning? I promise it'll come back to you. I love where it says in Corinthians, he who sows generously reaps generously. And I don't believe for a minute that's just talking about finances. I believe it's talking about even these little things. When we have a positive thought about somebody and we decide to tell them about it. When we think something about somebody and we decide to share it with them to encourage them for the day. When we feel prompted to do something for somebody that we think, what does that matter? Don't ask the question, do the thing. I promise you the ripple effect of that's going to blow your mind. You're going to go, how did that thing bring forth this? I don't get it and I don't understand it, but it oftentimes will be such an incredible blessing for you that I promise you can't outgive God. You cannot outgive. And when you take when you take the focus off yourself and put it onto others, guess what? You will be blessed. So as I wake up this morning and I'm thinking, oh, I don't feel that great. Oh, I don't know if I have anything exciting or encouraging or inspiring to say. I realized this morning I need to stop thinking about me and start thinking about others. Stop, trying to see what I can receive and start giving. And when I hear that still small voice, that prompt, that thought, speak it out, give it away, do the thing and watch what comes back in return. You don't do it because you're looking for the return. You do it because you're being obedient, and watch out and see what kind of return that investment gives. All right, you guys, happy Monday. So nice to be back together again. Listen, I've got the kids this week and they are in school, which means our coffee chats are going to be right after I drop them off, which is about 7:45, 8 o'clock in the morning. So I will see you then tomorrow morning for your morning boost. And I don't just mean the caffeine in your cup of coffee. I mean, as we spend time together to elevate our perspective, encourage one another, and start our days on the right foot. All right, have an awesome Monday, everybody. Looking forward to catching up tomorrow.